The House of Representatives says that a time has come to draw a firm line under the long-running pension crisis affecting retired police officers who have, for nearly 2 months, been holding peaceful protest at the gates of the National Assembly. At Tuesday's plenary, members adopted a motion moved by Honorable Oke Onakulasi, calling for urgent collaboration with the Senate to fast-track a lasting solution. Lawmakers expressed worry that while pension reforms have been extended to the armed forces, customs and intelligence agencies, the police have been left in the cold, still operating under a contributory pension system many describe as inadequate and unsustainable. Honorable Onokulasi noted that delayed payment, irregular stipends, and loss of entitled benefit have pushed many retired officers, men who once stood in the gap to protect the nation, into severe hardship. A comprehensive report on recommended intervention is expected within 4 weeks.
The House believed that the measure of nation's gratitude is reflected on how they treat those who have protected their citizens in the years of strength. And we cannot continue to demand loyalty, bravery, and sacrifice from our police officers while abandoning them at their time of retirement. The House is aware that the contributory pension scheme has resulted in delayed payment, mega lump sum benefit, and irregular monthly stipends that cannot sustain retirees, forcing many into destitute after 35 years of meritorious service to Nigeria. And I continue to ask if there's anything that the Pension Commission on Established Interest will seek to lose if members of the Nigerian Police Force are allowed to have a pension scheme that does not tie them exclusively to contribution. Because as it were now, a police officer who resigns after 35 years in service may as well be earning as low as 40,000 naira every month. Mr. Speaker, you will agree with me that this just cannot sustain anyone. Talk less of a person who has laid down his life, his comfort, and everything in the service of the nation.
In another development, the House has directed its committees on narcotics, human rights, and public safety to dig deep into allegations of unlawful operations by officers and men of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agencies in Okuja, Ilue, Onwa West local government area of Edo State. The motion moved by House Leader Honorable Julius Inhovere followed reports that an NDLE raid on October 27 resulted in the death of a 16-year-old boy and left several residents nursing gunshot wounds. Lawmakers insisted that such incidents not only breach human rights but erode public confidence in law enforcement, warning that while the war against drug must be waged, it must not be fought with a reckless hand. Honorable Inhovere urged that implicated officers be suspended pending the outcome of the investigation.
That the unchecked abuse of power by the law enforcement officers erodes the rule of law and contradicts Nigeria's commitment to human rights and justice. Further disturbed that if the allegations of misconduct are not properly investigated, it could damage our international reputation in the fight against drug trafficking and human rights protection.
Meanwhile, Wednesday's plenary session was adjourned in honor of the late Senator Oke Ezia, who represented Enugu North. Outside the chambers, the chairman of the House Committee on Police Affairs and Pensions, Honorable Abubakar Yemman, and Honorable Hussaini Jalu addressed journalists, stating that the Police Pension Amendment Bill, which seeks to formally remove the police from the contributory scheme and establish an independent pension board, had already passed the House and was transmitted to the Senate on October 28th. They appealed to protesting officers to exercise patience, saying lawmakers have done their part and are awaiting Senate concurrence on onward transmission to the President.
But God willing, I'm assuring you by next week, this bill is going to go to the Presidency for assenting. And we draw your attention, the media, help us engage those veteran police officers who are outside for almost decades of weeks here. So please talk to them, explain to them. We have passed their demand, and Senate too are ready to send it to President for assenting.
The police want to exit from PENCOM, the contributory pension scheme. They want to be on their own, just like the military pension board, DSS pension, NIA pension, CDI pension, and the rest. And that is what the House has done already, of which the Senate is ready to do that also. So I believe my call for them to exercise more restraint and patience and go back to their houses, because inshallah very soon what needs to be done will be done, so that the Senate will pass it and then it will be transmitted to Mr. President.
If passed into law, the bill could mark a turning point for thousands of retired officers who, after years of service, simply seek to retire in dignity. From the National Assembly, Oluwatobieni Itan, reporting for TV Platinum.